If you find yourself in a situation where maybe our freezer is cold, but the refrigerator is not, there's really only a couple things we need to hone in on. Now, for the most part, you can think of a refrigerator, the cold air as originating in the freezer compartment, and then our fan is just going to bring it through the vent to the other side. Usually, in the instance that one is cold but not the other, it's because there's a lack of airflow, and that really means we only need to turn our attention to a couple of different things. Now, first and foremost, I recommend you check out your fan, and to access it, we're just going to remove this panel from the backside of the freezer compartment. Now, you'll notice on the left that we have a 3-wire connector. One is the power, one is the ground, and one is the communication for that fan. The one on your right is actually the freezer sensor, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit, but we need to test and see if that fan is operating properly. And one good thing for you to know is you can actually jump power and ground directly to it by putting power to the red wire and ground signal to the black wire. Now, if your fan starts up, it's probably not a causality of the fan being broken as to why the refrigerator compartment is not getting cold. So we can go ahead and move on to the next thing, and the next likely culprit is usually an ice buildup. This is caused from that lack of airflow, and it could be from our bent fins. Here we can see. It could be from excess ice buildup, or maybe even we are overpacking the freezer. These are the most common things that are going to hurt that airflow into the refrigeration compartment. Now, if you do find you have an excessive ice buildup, it's recommended that you just open the door. We're going to use maybe a fan to hasten that ambient temperature. We want to avoid any heating elements or picking at the ice directly with a tool to remove it. Once the ice is removed, we can see if that solves the problem. If you look here, you'll also notice the vent. Ice can get up there as well, so we just want to make sure to keep that clear. And if you do find that we have overpacked the freezer, we can just remove some of those things. This should improve the airflow. Now, is a lesser common thing, but one thing that's also good for you to know is about the refrigerator sensor that's going to be in the refrigerator compartment. Now, to access it, we will go ahead and undo the lock on this bottom side, and then we're gently going to pull down on the clips. This should remove the panel and give us access to the sensor. You're going to test this in ohms, and the refrigerator sensor is responsible for monitoring the temperature changes within the refrigerator. So if we have a bad one, it might not be doing its job properly, and in that instance, I recommend you reach out for support.